Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for another chat with Deb. Today I'm going to be talking about two great sites you can use for Hour of Code, and Hour of Code starts next week, December 8th. We celebrate it the whole week long, and I'm hoping these two sites that I share with you might be helpful for your students to use during the Hour of Code. This first site I want to share with you is called 3dtin.com, and I've been looking for a site just like this. It is very comparable to Google SketchUp, but since our school has Chromebooks and we're not able to use Google SketchUp because it's a download, I've been looking for something that's a 3D creation tool like SketchUp, and I especially like this because 3D printing has been very popular lately. So this site is pretty amazing. You can take these designs and create them. This is not something I created. This was created by someone else. I found this in the gallery. So right over here on the right hand side, this is our gallery. We can go through here, and if we find something we want to look at, we can simply bring it on and see what other people have created. Again, it's 3D. You can look at it from all different angles. Just an amazing tool. So let me show you my creation that I created. I've saved it right here. So I made a 3D Christmas tree, and believe it or not, this took me a while. This was not easy to do. You really do have to work with the platform and think about all the ratios and all the math. I'm going to just start a new project for a second and show you what I mean. So you start with this blank canvas, this kind of blank platform, and you can add your 3D objects right up here. So I'm just going to add this cone. I can adjust my radius, I can adjust my height, and I can see what I end up coming up with. So here's my shape at this point, and actually do other adjustments. So I can adjust the scale, the XYZ scale, as you can see. I can also flip it. I can do a rotation if I want to and actually rotate, as you can see here. Right down here is the color selector, and I could choose a different color and apply that to this object. And there's all different kinds of things you can do. You can also build with cubes, which is kind of cool. So I can build a structure, think of it similar to like a Lego structure, and build something. I can layer my cubes, put something on top of each other, etc. If I want to see this better, I can zoom in, and I can select my objects and actually adjust them. I can also do something called extrude, where I can build these up, as you can see. One of the ways that you learn is right up here in the corner. They have a Welcome 3D10, and they actually have some amazing tutorials that are videos that you can watch and will help you.
Welcome to 3D10 Tutorials. In this tutorial, we are going to build a simple 3D model using only cubes.
And of course, I love that they use this robotic voice to teach us. It's kind of got a neat effect to it. So there's a nice selection of these tutorials for the students or yourself to choose to learn how to create. Just a few more things about 3D10. There is a community that you can join. You can also actually create a video recording as you pan and zoom. You can replay it later for others to see. There is an export, which involves being able to export to several different 3D printing services. So if you have like a MakerBot or a 3D printer, you may be able to print using one of the files that they offer for exporting. So I think that's pretty amazing. And of course, you can save anything you create and open anything you create. And there's many more tools over here that I haven't gone over everything that there is, but I'm sure as your students explore, they'll get more and more familiar with the 3D10 and how it works. All right, let's take a look at another great site that is going to be very useful for coding. So the coding site I'm sharing with you comes from Google. It's called Made with Code by Google. This site allows your students to use the building blocks, as you've seen probably on like Scratch, to create an animation or to create some other type of invention. So this is going to be a holiday tree, and as I drag it over, it prompts me, which is great. If you have younger students, this is awesome to help them. It says grab lights and blocks and put them in the holiday tree, so I can grab this over. So there's my holiday tree. Here's my design. Next, I'm going to add some variables, so the amount of lights that I want. I can also add colors here, and the colors can be changed. I can add another color block. I can adjust this amount if I want to see how it affects my pattern. So let's try 50. Now I can see that I have 50 different lights here. I can add a variable size. And it says I can also adjust movement blocks, so I can have them move up or I can have them rotate right. So it's sort of just very similar to like I said, to Scratch, in that you can see how this is going to work. Now, it says add variables to this block and try changing the numbers to see how it affects the movement. Ah, now my lights are actually blinking, and I could change this and see how that changes my pattern. Very cool. All right, let's take a look at another project. So some of the other projects that we have available through the Made with Code from Google is that we can make a snowflake, an avatar, or actually we can create a soundtrack with beats of drum rolls and music that is animated. To start out with the accessorizer, again, I'm going to click my object. I'm going to get an image. At this point, I can select which kind of image I want. I can snap a picture of myself or choose one that they have. Next, I can add accessories blocks. From here, I also have more options. So I can decide what kind of accessories I want to add. And as you can see here, I'm going to have to adjust this if it's going to fit correctly on top of my character. So maybe right about there. I can also adjust it this way, although it looks like I had it pretty good at 50% in the center. So now you can see I've got my bulldog on top of my character. Anything you create here, you can just say done and save. You can also share it out on social media. And so in this Made with Code from Google, you could allow your students to explore all different types of coding projects that they have available. And each time they even give you more projects to search out and try. Well, I hope that you find some time this week for Hour of Code with your students to allow them time to explore and be inventive and creative. So try out 3D Tin or Made with Code by Google. If you're celebrating the holidays, I hope you have a great one, and I hope you're all doing well. We'll talk soon again. Bye, everyone.